Good morning, everybody. How are you? I am above ground and kicking still, so it's a good day. Been a while since I made any videos, but I've been really busy. I've had issues with my foot going on, issues with my spinal cord stimulator battery, my baby girl Lovey had really gotten critical one morning, and it's just been a mess. So I've been seeing the podiatrist for my foot. It's been almost a month, and it's healing up really nicely. I've got a wound, I guess, between my pinky toe and the toe next to it on my right foot, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to heal. So we've been working on getting that fixed, and I'm supposed to see them again next week. Supposed to have it wrapped in iodine with a bandage, keeping it over to the side because it stays up against the other toes too much. But last week was just so busy. Friday, I had to have the battery on my spinal cord stimulator replaced. So my butt fucking hurts because that's where the battery goes, is in my butt cheek. Under the skin, but not into the meat of it. But, you know, up until about Tuesday, it was still hurting quite a bit. I was having a hard time getting comfortable. I couldn't sleep really well because anytime I moved, it hurt. I couldn't lay flat because it hurt. I couldn't lay on my right side because that's the side it's on. So it was just really uncomfortable. But I have gotten some decent sleep, and it's feeling better. And now it's starting to itch, which means it's healing. So, that's a good thing. I see my doctor on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday next week to get the staples out and make sure it's healing fine, all that good stuff. So, I've just been taking it easy since I had the surgery. Before I had it done, I made sure I got all my laundry done. I got the house cleaned up, vacuumed, got all my dishes done. I made myself food. That way, all I had to do was reheat things and wash the couple dishes that I used after reheating it. So, last week I got a lot done, and I'm really proud of myself for everything I did get done. So slowly getting life back together. Unfortunately, I had 3 of my spiders die. My regal jumping spider died. I went to spritz water and give food, and I had already given her a cricket. It was sitting there, but she was in the bottom of the cage dead. So that really sucked. And then two of my mature males died. My peach earth tiger and my H. maculata, which is, I believe, Indian ornamental. But they were both mature males, and they both died. It had been coming up to close a year since they had matured out, so it wasn't unexpected, but that doesn't make it any easier. I didn't handle them often because after they matured out, they got kind of pissy. But I did handle them, and they were beautiful. They were beautiful males. So it sucked that they died. And then a couple weeks ago, I was up during the night, and I happened to look at my baby girl Levy, and she just wasn't right. Uh, there was something just really wrong. So I I stayed up with her. I stayed right beside her when it came time to for the vet to open. I was already at their office by the time they opened their doors, and I got her in. She was very anemic. Um, she had some white blood count. Her white blood cell count was high. Her platelets were low. So the vet that I saw was not sure what was going on, so they recommended I leave her there for a while, that they do x-rays and an ultrasound. Um, they had started her right then on antibiotics and said that we'd need to give her some iron drops to, help raise her blood levels again. Uh, when I got her there, she was also very, very cold because of the anemia. Normal temperature for kitties is 101, and she was at like 96, 97. So it was pretty bad. So they had her on a heating pad and we're doing everything. But when they did the x-ray and ultrasound, they found a mass where her spleen is. So because she was so anemic, there was no way we could do surgery. So I brought her home, gave her her medicines, and within 5 days she was back up to where she needed to be. She was back to eating. She was, back to her normal self for the most part. When I pet that girl, I mean, it's instantaneous purring. She is she is very connected to me. She is my baby, and that girl is my heart. Um, so, I got her feeling better. I took her back last Monday, not this week, but a week ago Monday, to get her blood work done. Her blood work was back to normal. So we set up for surgery, and I just got home from dropping her off at the vet. So she's having surgery today, and she has to stay overnight. So it's going to be a very, very long fucking day and night because that girl's my little everything. She is my everything. And we don't know what that mass is yet. Of course, hopefully they'll be able to get it out. Hopefully we'll be able to get a biopsy. And, fingers crossed that it comes back as just a fatty tumor and it can be removed safely. But that's not a guarantee. And of course, I don't want to think about the alternatives, but I kind of have to. Uh, I'm not one to bury my head in the sand and think everything's going to come up sunshine and rainbows, because life doesn't work that way at all. So I've dealt with the fact that it may come down to a hard decision, but I'm holding out hope for the best. Everything that can be done is being done for her, and I will make sure that continues to happen. I will give that little girl my last breath if I need to. I love all my pets. every single one of them, and I love them all differently. But Lovey's got that special place in my heart. And she has since she found us and I nursed her back to health. She has held that very special place in my heart that very few pets have ever held. I said, I love them all. They are all my joy and my pride in my life, but Lovey's even more so. So my stomach's in knots. I'm nauseous. I'm tired because I didn't sleep a whole lot last night. I had to make sure that the food and water was up because she couldn't have anything to eat or drink after midnight. Luckily, she did eat her wet, not a lot of her wet food, but she did eat her wet food when I put it down about 10 o'clock last night. She ate some of it and then she ate some more around 11, I think. Had something to drink. So, uh, you know, fingers crossed. I pray the goddess gives me the strength I need to make it through the day. And I know she will. And we'll go from there. So today, instead of sitting here working on my diamond paintings, I think I'm gonna yawn. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna play on the Xbox for the day. That's fairly mindless. It's something I can do without putting a lot of thought into, without hurting myself. I can lay back and be comfortable. While I was out dropping Lovey off at the vet, I had to pick up my medicine, my morphine. I had to pick up my groceries from Walmart, and I got some big bandages to put on my incision from my surgery, from where my battery is. So I've got to put one of those on, which will, help hopefully. And then I'll just get into my PJs here in a little bit and just get comfortable under the covers and kill things on the Xbox. It's the best thing to do. It'll keep me from really thinking a lot. It'll keep me from calling them every freaking half hour, which I already want to call them. I dropped her off at 8:45 and I'm already like, what's going on? I know they haven't even done surgery yet. They may have given her an IV by now, but there's no guarantee of that either. Speaking of IV, that's where mine was. So it's sore. But of course I'm stressing about her. She's just like one of my kids. And I'll do anything for her and make sure she's good. My surgery on Friday, I was to be checked in by no later than about 9:30. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. I got checked in before 9:30. Actually, it was more like 9 o'clock I got checked in. My surgery was supposed to be for 11. So, they got me ready and, we had me chilling in my room and a lady comes in to do my IV. And I think she and I spent like close to an hour talking We started off just talking about my book that I was reading, and we were talking about our favorite authors, all that kind of stuff. How, she's like me, where she has a book that she reads when she's waiting at appointments, but that takes a while for it to get fully read. And I mean, we ended up talking about pretty much everything, and she's not fully Wiccan, but she has beliefs along those lines. So we had a lot to talk about. It was really good because I personally don't get to talk to many people that about my beliefs without them looking at me like I am Satan's concubine, or just that I'm already burning in hell. A lot of people look at me like that when I tell them I'm Wiccan. But she gets the same thing, being in a hospital, of course. There are a lot of staff there that are very religious. And being in this area, anything outside of mainstream religion is definitely frowned upon. And, if you talk about it, it makes people very uncomfortable. And, it's easier to avoid the issue. So she and I were able to really talk about things, and it was good. I mean, yes, I was there for a surgery, but it was one of the better stays I've had for a procedure in a very long time. And even though I was supposed to be in surgery at 11:30, the doctor was running behind. I didn't get back into surgery until after 1, and I didn't get out of the hospital until 4. So it was a long day on Friday. So I ended up just coming home, you know, ate a little bit. Well, actually, I came home and slept. Then I ate a little bit and went back to sleep. So, um, but everything went well. You know, I have a I have a ritual I do before every procedure I have done that requires me going under anesthetic. Um, Being the person I am, I of course always hope for the best, but I also know the realities that shit happens, and shit really happens when you're under anesthesia. So every time I've ever had a procedure, when I get checked into the hospital and get situated, I always call my kids. I do that to let them know I'm okay, and to let them know, here's hoping for the best. But I also do it to make sure I tell them how much I love them, how much I respect them, and how much they have meant to me, and how wonderful how my life has been with them in it. Because you don't know when something could go wrong. And the one thing I've always made sure of is to make sure people know how much I care. That way, if something unexpected were to happen, they would never wonder. They would know my mom loved me more than life, which I tell them all the time, and they tell me. But when it comes to surgeries and procedures, that's it's just something I do. I cannot go into a procedure without having talked to my boys and let them know that they have been my entire world from the time of conception for them. So that's my little ritual I do every time I have to have anesthesia. And, some people may think, I'm being fatalistic, being pessimistic, whatever, but I'm just a realist. And I never want my loved ones to wonder how much they meant to me. I want them to know how much their presence has meant in my life. So that's why I do that. It's not that I'm thinking, okay, I'm going into this, I'm not going to wake up from it, I'm going to die. I don't go into it thinking that at all. But it's better to be prepared than to bury your head in the sand thinking everything's going to be hunky-dory, and it turns out not to be. And my kids know this about me. And when I first called my oldest, Christopher, he couldn't answer his phone at the time. So while I was on the drive up to the hospital, he gave me a call back to talk to me, because he knew that's what I wanted. Just to let him know that I loved him. My sons are my heroes. Their wives are my heroes. And this woman here is a very happy and proud mom and Nona. And I know I'm extremely blessed. I know that in the depths of my soul, that I am blessed beyond all I could have hoped for. So, like I say, it's been a busy couple weeks. Today, I'm going to rest again. I do need to do my few dishes up. But I am just going to rest, play on the Xbox, and just try not to bother the vet too much. They did say hopefully by about 3 o'clock we'll have, she'll be done with surgery and everything will, they'll be able to talk to me then. So, you know, if I hold out till 3, that'll be a fucking miracle. But I'll probably call it noon. I'll probably call it 1 at 2, and we'll see how things are. So, like I said, I am going to go get something to eat. I actually was able to get some of my onion bagels that I really like. So I'm going to toast toast one of those and eat that. Get into my PJs, put the bandage on my butt, and start playing on the Xbox and just relax as much as I can. Hopefully not throw up. So we'll see. But yeah, just had been a while since I made any kind of video, and it's been very busy, but it's been good to get things accomplished and to take care of my health and my pet's health. So, I'm proud of myself for all I've gotten done in the past couple weeks, and for not fucking breaking down into a blubbering mess. Which if I do, that's okay too, but I'm being hopefully optimistic. So, all right, y'all. Well, I am going to sign off. If you have watched this, I thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. I am very grateful anybody takes the time to watch any of these. And it means the world to me. So have a very good and safe day. Remember, I love you from the bottom of my heart.